The Survivor Specialists are back, and today we got our episode 10 predictions and power rankings for Survivor 49. And I am joined by Troyzan Robertson
I'm
from
here.
Survivor One World and Game Changers. He's here. I got to pull up a comment from yesterday. We had posted that you were going to be on the podcast.
Okay.
And we got a comment, and I got to see if I can find it now.
I'm
Isn't
back.
this great?
It's been a while, Phil. It's been a minute, right? I mean, it's like you got all these seasons. I don't think I've been on since when?
Before. Well, you came on and did Digging Deeper with us, Blake and I, a couple of years ago.
So I did do something in the new era.
You did. That was only a couple seats because we haven't been doing it that long. So, but this is the comment I wanted to find. Dodge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. His comment was, "What's the over under that Troyzan will wear a shirt?" Well, I will tell you now, there is no shirt on Troyzan's body as we do this podcast.
I would have bet on that. Come on, there you go. Like shirt, just in underwear.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, come on. Troyzan lives in South Florida. He's in the jungle. He's not wearing a shirt.
Well, I mean, it's still 80 out. So, I don't use the AC. When it gets kind of nice like it's been, I don't turn the AC on. I just open the windows and it gets a little hot. And I'm like, it doesn't cool down till like, I don't know, midnight. So I'm like, come on. I flip-flops and shorts. That's me. It's like if I wear a shirt, like, what?
My wife and I made it 3 days with the windows open, and then it finally got to the point where at like 1 p.m. it was 81 in our house, and we said, "Okay, we tried. We tried."
Yeah.
There you go.
Come on, baby, Oregon Ducks.
Troyzan's got his Oregon Ducks bandana. Look, I mean, you got to be happy they finally beat a real team this week.
That's I know. Good, right? It's like, well, thank God. But I was frustrated because, well, we're not going to be talking football, but anyway, we didn't have any of our starting offensive linemen. We've lost like 3 or 4 of our wide receivers. Like we still beat them. So it's like, we get our guys back. We could be something. You never know. Oh, the Ducks.
There you go. And we're going to be talking about Survivor, but I just got to take this dig right now. Your Raiders look good. So anyway,
I mean, I think worst team in the league. Honestly, it's brutal. I mean, I've got a leather jacket that I'm going to wear at this charity event, and it says Oakland Raiders. It's like, just win, baby. I'm like, I hope people thought maybe they won't associate because it says Oakland, but I'm like, Jesus, what the hell? I got to wear this shirt. It's like brutal.
All right, let's get into Survivor before everybody tunes out. All right, so it's Survivor 49, episode number 10 coming up here. We just lost Alex, the second to last person from the original Keller tribe. So we're down to just Sophie Bellardi from the Blue tribe.
Right.
Troyzan, I'm scared to ask, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What are you thinking about the season so far?
I don't know. I'm sure I'm going to be nice, kind of nice. I'm sure these people are nice people. I'm sure that at their jobs or whatever they do are nice. They're just not engaging me. I don't know what it is. I mean, there's some that are quite annoying, honestly. I don't know, but they're not annoying in the way they play the game. They just seem like an annoying person. I don't know what it is. I just can't put my finger on it. Like, and I'm not the only one thinking that, because me, I've told you this before. I follow the ratings, and the ratings are not good. I'm sorry. They're just not. And people are like, oh, well, you didn't look at this and you didn't look at that. And there's the streaming. And like, hey, I look at the ratings are the ratings. If they drop 10% in one episode, they dropped 10% last week. They don't drop 1% in the whole season sometimes. So it's like, I think it's the first time they were under 4 million. So what does that say? That says something about the cast. Sorry. I mean, Survivor, Idols or not, or this or Challenge or whatever, 26 days, it's still Survivor if you don't have a cast that can pull it off. And I don't know what it is. I don't know whether I'm just getting where it's like, in general, I've not just me, it's other survivors and it's fans. Cause I just took a trip out west and I ran into fans in Chicago, and like Chicago's big. I don't know what the Midwest is, but they're, always crazy. People recognize me in the airport still. Like, oh my God, are you Troyzan? It's like, yeah. What do you think of this season? They're like, this new era. I don't know about this new era. I'm not into the 26 days and there's no villains and there's no drama. And it's like, I don't know, man. I think just every year it gets more and more just the happy-go-lucky. It's the Saturday morning Uncle Jeffy, morning show. It's like I think I heard Shane Power say something like it's the Jeff Probst Funhouse. It's like, what the hell? It's like, I mean, I don't say what the fuck, but it's kind of Jesus. Like, it's not Survivor to me anymore. It's too fun. Everyone's singing coming in. Sorry, the Uncle Jeff thing is stupid, as goofy, as corny as hell. I mean, they should have edited that out a long time ago. I just don't get that. And there's not a lot of drama. And that's what to me, that's what Survivor always was. People tuned in to watch, good versus evil. It's like people want to watch that. They've been doing this since the beginning of time, good versus evil. And I don't see it. And everyone's happy when they get voted out now. And then, okay, have a good time. Like, and we were, back in the day, it's like old school, like, F you took my money, it's like, and so, I get it. It's still Survivor. I will always love Survivor. And it's still, the name Survivor. But in my mind, there's Survivor, the real Survivor. Then this is should be called something else. I don't know what it is. It's kind of Survivor, but, and I'm not the only one saying it, Jeff.
So let's go off on this, because people are talking with villains and all of that. All of a sudden, Jeff just said that he does want villains, and villains are alive and well, when a couple of years ago he's infamous for saying they're not going to put villains on the show anymore. We get a player like Savannah right now, who a lot of people are trying to say is a big time villain. And I do think Savannah has some villainous traits, but I think most Survivor players do have villainous traits. Where do you stand on Savannah? Is she not scratching the itch of the villain that you want? What is it?
Here's the deal. Because we haven't really seen any villains almost in, I don't know how many seasons now. I mean, tell me the big villain in the new era. Like who?
It's Q for sure, right?
I mean, maybe Q. Yeah, maybe Shan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a villain.
Yeah.
But compared to the villains, if you just take all the seasons, it's like, yeah, they're not really a villain like we are used to. So if you don't see a villain and someone just does a little bit of villainous moves or talk, then all of a sudden, yeah, well, okay, they're the villain, but they're not really a villain. It really, compared to, I don't know.
What about Rome? RZ Mio says Rome.
Rome's not a villain. I don't think so. I mean, no. It's like, I don't know, man. It's like there's too much kumbaya. Savannah has got a little bit of it in her, but I don't see. Too much guitar. Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. It's the Jeff Probst Funhouse Hour on Saturday morning, kids. Everyone's smiling. Come on in and sing now. Like, what are you kidding me? Like, what happened? I don't know. So, I mean, Savannah, as far as a villain on this season, yeah, she's the villain. But is she a villain? Do
you think you're corrupted because you played with Colton? Like, do you think that part of you is corrupted because you were on the screen with one of the biggest villains ever?
I mean, I know the number one villain really well, Russell Hantz. So it's like, there's Johnny Fairplay. There's Sand. There's like, poverty. It's like there's just real villains. So Brandon Hantz as well. I'll piss in.
Brandon Hantz is like a real villain.
I'm just saying, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Like, I just don't know if honestly, I don't know if these players are playing Survivor the way that a lot of I hate to say old school and new school, but it is what it is. People compare new era to old era all the time. So, and they call it the new era. So I'm like, it's just hard to compare the two. And, I'm kind of like, even though they say, Jeff is like constantly saying, the new era and this season is difficult. Look, it's so hot out. It's so hot, and it's so, and this is that, and they're so tired, and there's no fire. Well, they've got giant North Face winter jackets practically. I mean, give me a break. I had a Tommy Bahama short sleeve shirt and a pair of shorts, and that's it, Jack. Like, none of this. I'm seeing like Sophie in this huge thick sweater thing. Same with Savannah and other people, like hoodies. I'm like, what? That's easy. I mean, so I'm like, we don't need a fire if you're gonna give them clothes like that. So it's just a different thing going on, and it's like I go in this tangent and I forget like what the question was. Like, but it's like, I'm kind of like, I've always said, listen, I said this, I wrote to Matt Van Wagen way back when, and I was like, this 26 days and Jeff's saying it's the same thing, and we do this, we do that. It's not the same. So it's like saying a football game has always been 4 quarters, always, and the football field is 100 yards long and 50 yards wide. But this year, guess what? In the NFL, we're going to play 3 quarters, and we're going to shorten the field to 75 yards and call it the same game. It's not. It's close. It's not, but it's not the same game.
And going off of that, it's kind of like what they do with quarterbacks and stuff now, where if yards are down, it's because now they're starting at the 30 or 35 yard line, not the 20. It used to be the 20. So it's like, I get where you're coming from.
Am I watching NFL version tackle football? No, I'm watching community college, flag. Well, actually not even flag, touch football. That's what I'm watching. I'm still watching football, but it's not the same to me. Not even close. I mean, Jeff, I'd love to play 26 days. Give me a North Face jacket and sweats. I'm good to go. Let's do it. Third time's a charm.
There you go. And I mean, like with Survivor 50, it'll be interesting because I think when 50 comes around, if the old schoolers, the pre-40 people who played 39 days end up winning and end up dominating,
right,
then it's like, okay, but I thought the 26 game day was harder. I thought these people were doing that. I thought that it was, these players were better. It's like, how many times can you say something before it comes true? And I am going to make you talk positively about some of the gameplay on this season. It's going to come, Troyzan. I'm going to make you do it. And I'm going to get you there.
It's not like there's been some good games. There has been good games, some good games.
Yeah. But you agree with me on that statement, right? Where if it's like, hey, if the 39 day players end up dominating,
yeah, then it's going to be like, okay, I mean, I know Jeff has to sell the show. He's not going to say, oh, it's not the same. Yeah, 26 days is a breeze and blah, blah, blah. He's not going to do that. But it's like, granted, they can starve us more because there can be less coconuts on the island magically and no chickens magically. Like, so it's like, yeah, can they do that? But there's nothing to compare when you're the sleep deprivation and just being hungry for those extra 2 weeks. I mean, I played 30 days my first time and then 39. The 9 extra days I thought was like a month. I mean, it felt like a month because it was like, oh my God, I'm so tired because you only sleep 2 hours a night, 3, whatever, if you're lucky. And you're just and then your brain is constantly going to try to figure out who's with who, what am I going to do? I'm paranoid 24 hours a day. You can't compare going an extra 2 weeks with your brain just fried. It's just not, you can't, I don't know how you're going to simulate that in 26 days. It's almost impossible. So, but it's not, I always say it's not the new era's people's fault. If I didn't play and all of a sudden they call me for like 41, 42, whatever, I'm like, yeah, I'll play. I don't care what it is. But so it's kind of, not fair in some ways to be like, yeah, well, these players are not as good or they don't do this. They play 26 days. Well, it's not their fault. They're given, that's the game
yeah, you got to play the cards you're dealt. And so, all right. So here's where I want to go here. We've had Rizzo now 3 tribal councils in a row not play his idol. Where are you standing on the Rizzo gameplay? Where are you standing on the fact that he still has his idol? He still has his alliance completely intact. None of them have been voted out. He knows that one of his alliance members has an extra vote. He doesn't even know that the other one has a knowledge is power. How are you feeling about Rizzo sitting there and not playing this idol? You've had idols on Survivor.
Yeah, no, I mean, either we're not seeing everything and they're making us think like, he's it's going to get flushed and he's just rolling it like he's the greatest roller of the dice. I don't know if that's true. There's conversations we're not seeing to make him you have to feel pretty safe at tribal. I mean, honestly, before going in, it always looks like, okay, no one knows what they're doing. They always make it look like it's 1 or 2, 3 people getting voted out. And yeah, but he's, as far as playing the game, rolling the dice, yeah, good on him. I'm not a fan of the nickname at all.
I Rob Cesternino give you a hard time for that. You're Troyzan. How come you can't be Riz God?
It's different, but Riz God. That's like saying Troy God. I'm Troyzan God. I don't know. Like it just, it seems contrived. Sorry, a lot of these things seem contrived. And I've kind of gave him some shit, whatever, and he came back to me on a DM like, yeah, like, you're all right, whatever. But it's like, dude, you're kind of annoying. Sorry. If I was watching you in older seasons, I'm like, you're an annoying little shit. Like, I don't know, like you sucked in the first challenge. Like, I don't like that cheating shit, although there's no cheating in Survivor, right? But it's like, I don't know. He's doing good, but there's something else going on. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think I don't know. To me, there's 4 or 5 annoying people on this cast.
They need to see, this is what Survivor needs to go back to doing. And I think I had said this on the last podcast we did. I had said that the reason why the villains aren't working isn't because there's not necessarily villains, because when a villain does come, there's not another villain to play off of them. You think about 2 of the most iconic villains in the history of the show are Sandra and Fairplay. They're on the same season. So when one of them does something villainous, somebody else does something villainous. And so I feel like with Rizzo, right? Rizzo's on this season. And a lot of the people around him like him, right? They're getting along with him. They're into his antics. We need Uncle Troyzan over here to jump in. And we need that kind of personality of, Nate said, I don't really understand these people, and I'm going to try to figure it out. I think you need people who are more easily aggravated on Survivor again. I think that's what's missing from. So it's not even necessarily villains or heroes. It's people who get easily aggravated.
Yeah. Well, to me, okay, you hit the nail on the head with hit the nail on the head.
There you go. It's getting late for.
I just don't know if they're casting type A personalities anymore, because A personalities want to be the leader. They have they're just a certain type of personality. They're aggro, or they have ADHD, or they're just like, you can tell. I mean, you can tell, Phil, when you meet survivors, they're like, you can see it right away why we're different. And I don't know if all of these people are type A's. There's some type B's in here, and type A's don't take shit. They want to be the leader. So that's drama. That's 20 people can't be a leader, or 18 people can't be leaders. There's going to be drama. Someone's going to yell. Someone's going to say something. Nate he was way laid back. I just don't know if it's like, he just seemed like, get perturbed, get jacked. I don't know.
What about when he screamed, "Shut the F up"? He yelled that.
I'm just saying, yes. You're playing for $1 million. I mean, I just think people are honestly playing slightly to get their social media likes and follows up, and they know it out there. So they're acting this way because they know they're going to talk about their social media. We didn't have really social. We didn't really do that. We knew the cameras were on. We never played up to the cameras. I mean, there's a lot of playing up to the cameras now in my estimate, because I just feel like, even with Jeff, with the smile and the songs, and I just am like, and then the way that in the Uncle Jeff, that's playing up to the cameras. I'm sorry, it's fucking stupid. It's like goofy as shit, like a bunch of goofballs. Like, I just don't get it. It's like, is there one old guy on there? Like, just Nate, right? That's it.
Nate was the only older guy.
Matt was an older guy.
Oh,
right?
Matt was older too. Yeah, I forgot. Matt's been gone for a while now, so I'm kind of like.
But those are 2 just mellow kind of guys. They're not. They're not like, don't F with me. Like, what are you doing? Like, I just be like, okay, granted, if I'm a group with young kids, I'm gonna try to jive with them, and they probably don't even know what jive means.
It's like, but I do think another thing that plays into this, and I feel like this has really been the case as we continue to move, is even somebody like Savannah right now, who I feel like is playing a very, normal game of Survivor. She's being villainous when she needs to. She's being heroic when she needs to. She's saying things that are going to annoy people a little bit. It's like, with that social media presence, though, Savannah's getting destroyed by some people who are saying she's so evil, she's this, she's that, she's a bad person, all these stuff. And I think that does play into so many more livelihoods of people who go on Survivor now, which I think is a shame of it, because everybody says they want more villains, but then as soon as somebody does anything remotely villainous, it's immediately, let's go over to Twitter and try to find a way to make them lose their job, or like, send them a death threat. And I think that's where it's just it's gotten so meta. Yeah. And I feel like these aren't like, the people who are going to play aren't your, your reality TV, like your Kardashians, who are just like, whatever, I can blow this off.
No, you're right. I feel like these people are the people that would have played online Survivor game, right? Mm-hmm. But not be casted for the real Survivor show. And it was, however casting is doing it now. I mean, the old casting was like, They just rarely picked like some super duper nerd fan that's been on Reddit. They just didn't, because they knew it wouldn't correlate to the show, whether it's like weird interviews or confessionals or just not the same kind of gameplay. It's too bot like robot, and I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I mean, maybe I'm, I hear it from other people. I hear it from a lot of people, just the same thing. I'm just not the only guy saying, like, I don't know what it is that's going on, that's something's happening, but it is happening because their ratings are not that great. So something's going on. Like, I don't know what is it? Like, is it the personalities just aren't clicking? Is it not, we're not getting something? Is it like these people would have never made an old school show and it's like they missed out and they're just picking people because they have a great, backstory and an Olympic moment, which who gives a crap about that either? I mean, we never watched Survivor so that we can be like, oh, let's hear their backstory. They were born this and that guy went to prison. Now he did this. And like, I get it. We all have backstories. We all went through difficulties, but that's just extra stuff that they throw in there to me because they don't have a show. And I heard this before from an old casting director that she's like, they'll start to come up with a lot of extra stuff if they don't trust the cast.
Yeah.
So they'll come up with extra idols and extra this and, extra clues, and you walk off to do it. 3 people, getting a boat, just all the extra stuff that you see.
Splitting the tribe, splitting the group after murder.
They'll come up with some new idol or new, advantage or something. It's like, yeah, because they have to get these gimmicky stuffs. They have to do gimmicky stuff because they don't trust the cast. That's not from me. That's from somebody who worked on the show. Mm-hmm. So what am I, that's just, I'm like, it makes sense to me.
Yeah. So no, I get what you're saying. And that's what I always say is, like, when they split up the tribes after the merge and stuff like that, it drives me crazy because I just want to watch the players play. And I do feel like over the last couple of weeks, the season has gotten better. I feel like I've enjoyed it a lot more.
I think so too. I'm sure that the ratings will probably get up. It's like, and listen, people, I'm not putting down Survivor because I love the show. I always love Survivor, and it's one of those where it's like, I think it's it's like this. All of us survivors that have played, we all talk and we talk about the shows. And anytime we're together, it's always about, again, Survivor, and we love it because we treat it like it's our family. It's my girlfriend. I don't want to break up. I don't want her to leave. You know what I mean? Like I want the show to stay on the air because I love it. So I want it to be good. So I'm rooting for it. But when it's bad, it's like when when your team does bad, like they suck like the Raiders. Mm-hmm. Like I want them to do well. I'm not going to just bail, but a lot of people that are watching have bailed, and I don't know. Can't put my finger on it. I don't know whether it's just like, well, we're not picking a person by their character and how they will be in Survivor and be a good storyteller and be whatever they are 1,000%, or are they picking them for other reasons, which we won't go into.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about gameplay here last week from Juwan and Sage. Second week in a row, they decided not to vote out.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's kind of refresh me because I get confused on like kind of who is actually together. I mean, besides Juwan and Sage, I know that they're like that pretty much, right? Yeah. And then is Rizzo and Savannah like that too?
Yeah, Rizzo, Savannah, and Sophie are the opposition here.
Sophie, well, is Sophie still? She's not really the like wild card, right?
It's really both Sophies are in there now. At least from last week's episode, it seemed like Sophie Bellardi and then Sophie Segretti both are in with Savannah and Rizzo. It feels like they are both willing to just play with them. It seems like Sophie Segretti was pissed that they were mad that she was still in the game. So you're at Final 8, and Juwan and Sage last week had a chance to potentially split the votes and get Rizzo out of the game again, or at least flush his idol. They didn't do either. And the internet has been up in arms, just like they were last season when people weren't voting out Eva, when they weren't voting out Joe. People are losing their minds saying, this is so obvious. Why are you letting this happen? What do you think about the fact that Juwan and Sage are doing this? And could it be that they could get lucky, not lucky, but like that they're seeing it a different way than the fans, like Kyle did and Camilla did last season?
I just see it as right. Honestly, I just still see I can't speak. I think they still see it as numbers. Like, okay, there must be some outside talk that we don't see edited, that Juwan's talking to Rizzo or Savannah or Sage is talking, and they're like, listen, if we stay like this, we got 4. So let's just pick up Sophie, because she doesn't, she's not with, really doesn't like her tribe anymore, or she's not in with Christina, or she wasn't in with MC. Maybe, I don't know if is she in with Steven? Sophie? Not.
No, I mean, not really. She never really was.
So it's kind of like, we got 4. Let's pick up one more. That's 5. We can, and then we'll figure it out. So, yeah, is Rizzo getting lucky that he's doing that? He must be saying something right. Like, I don't know, or it could be like, okay, I've got an idol, and I'll give it to you. One of those kind of conversations. I don't know what he's saying, but I thought Juwan and Sage were kind of like taking over for a second there, but like now I'm not sure. Kind of like, I don't know. When he didn't get the flush, and he's, as a guy sitting there with an idol, I mean, 100%, he's still there. Probably, I mean, God, who knows? I mean, I don't see, if there's a 5 together, I don't see them splitting up towards the end. It's more like they would split up in the beginning of a merge, not towards the end of the game, where they're like, well, we're safe till 5, and let's just roll the dice. I maybe that's what they're saying.
Because it feels like Juwan and Sage were in control last week. They made their decision to go the way they did. And now you're thinking with numbers, and, Rizzo still has his idol. They don't know about knowledge is power. And I think that's something that...
Who's got the knowledge is power again?
Sophie Polarity. Blue Sophie has it.
Blue Sophie. Miami Sophie.
Miami Sophie. And that's what I think people, like, as an audience, are kind of missing right now. Is it might seem really obvious to boot Rizzo because he has the idol, or flush the idol because he has the idol. At the same time, though, maybe you're not as worried about Rizzo. But if you're watching the game, you're saying, well, if you're not worried about Rizzo, you got to be worried about Sophie Polarity and Savannah. They have all these extra things too. But if you're Juwan and Sage, you don't know about those extra things. The only thing you know about right now is Rizzo's idol. And I mean, we heard it last season a lot when season 48 got over. It was, why did you guys not vote for Eva? Why did you not want to get rid of Eva's idol? Because we knew where it was. We weren't worried about it. We just let her go through the game. And if she can't use it correctly, and she's not going to get the votes. I mean, you ran into that problem a little bit in Game Changers, right? Like, you had the idol, but you couldn't do anything with it because of the way the game shook out.
Yeah, there was no really reason to get rid of it, And most people, and I'm sure Rizzo's thinking this. If I can get to 5, I can. Then I'm 100% at 4. Then I really have a chance to win. So that was my thinking when I had this idol all the way from before the tribe switches. So I actually had 2. I had the fake idol too. Like, I had Sandra made a fake idol. And so I was like, I would have loved to play it. And I'm sure if I did play it in a way where it's like, oh man, you nailed it, full backstab or whatever, maybe they would have shown my game, or who knows, I would get more votes in the beginning of the game. Who knows? But I mean, yeah, okay, they know where it is, but it's also maybe that idol's being promised in some way to somebody else. Like, listen, we're 4 or we're 5, and if we feel somewhat unsafe, or you do, I'm just going to hand you my idol. And maybe he's thinking about that, because maybe he goes in the middle of tribal, he gives it to Savannah or whoever, and he's like, that's a sweet move. And if he makes it all the way to the end, that's on his resume. One of those things. So what I want, I'm like the rest of the audience, like, dude, why aren't you voting the guy out? What are you doing? So I don't, that's pure luck. But I mean, I have liked Sage from the very beginning, honestly. Even when she, from the beginning of the game, when she was kind of like not doing a whole lot, I'm like, I would say there's something about Sage. I don't know what it is, her personality, but she seems really dialed in. Like, she just knows what she's doing. She seems really intelligent. I like her. The only thing I don't like is the weird blackhead thing. Like, dude, that's almost.
You don't do that?
That's just bizarre world. That's like I'm sorry. I mean, there's weird, and there's like then there's like unsound. That's just, to me, like, are you shitting me? Like, that'd be like, I don't know. Why would you do that? What was I want to know the reason. It's one thing to say, I saved dead rats in a jar of formaldehyde, and then you're going to tell me why, and maybe you're I don't know, but and then you're going to, oh God, I can't get over it. I would really like her. I would give her a 10 when she drops down, only because of that. I'm like, come on, Sage, Jesus Christ.
Like, if you go to Sage's house, do you think that there's just jars of blackheads everywhere? Is
I
that
would
what you're
hope not,
envisioning?
because she's from my home state, man, Washington. So I'm like, dude, I knew they were weird in Seattle, but like she's been maybe smoking the dudes or I don't know. Washington State, Seattle.
Yeah. I mean, Sage has grown on me.
I like her gameplay a lot. I like Sage. I like the way she's playing. Juwan's kind of like, I don't know, reminds me of my nephew. He's kind of like this happy-go-lucky, kind of goofy. I don't know. It's like, I don't know if he's a good game player. I think he thinks he is. I'm not sure.
Do you think that Juwan and Sage are making the wrong moves every time they let Rizzo stay? I guess that's my question.
Well, if I can jump forward to a final tribal and they're in it, I think hell no, they're not. They're making sweet moves, but it's like one of those where shoulda, coulda, woulda. You never know. Like if it works out for them, then we're all gonna say at the end, yeah, that was smart. But if they don't, they're gonna be like kick themselves for not fleshing it out. I mean, at some point, whether you're with somebody in an alliance or not, if you want to win, you've got to be selfish. And this is what the hard lesson I've learned, because it's like hard for me to be selfish in my real life. So that's why I've lost twice. It's just hard for me to backstab, your best friend or who you think is your brother, but you have to do that. So they have to, they would really, have to be like, and I think Sage has it in her to be like, listen, I don't care how much of an alliance we're in and how much I like the guy, I like Savannah, and we're in an alliance. He's got an idol and I'm tired of it. I got to get rid of that in order for me to win.
And it seems like she's wanted to. And then last week, everybody just kind of decided it was Alex's time, and Alex went home, and Sage even said she was down with Alex. I'm surprised that she changed her tune from Rizzo. Do you think that you had mentioned off-screen conversations, right? The idol being promised somebody, something like that going on. Right. Do you think that there's a potential here that Juwan and Sage are potentially being promised stuff by Rizzo or stuff by Sophie Bolardi or stuff by Savannah that's making them want to go this way?
Yes, no, I think for sure they are. We just don't see it, because then it's going to, Survivor's not going to, tell us everything that's going on every time. I mean, like the editors are not, there's how many hours of the show, 3 days edited into an hour and a half show. So they're not going to show us everything. They want to surprise us. They want to surprise us who gets voted out. They want to surprise us on everything. So they're not going to show something that's obvious, so I'm sure if you interviewed the people that, once they go home and figure it out, that they might say, oh yeah, by the way, this is why we didn't, because Rizzo made a promise to me. He actually gave me my idol and I had it in my pocket for 2 days. We might not even see that. That's all edited out. I'm just saying it could be. Maybe that's the reason, because it makes no sense what we're watching for them not to. Yeah. I mean, I would. It's like,
and it feels like it's the second season in a row, because last season, a lot of people said it doesn't make sense that they're not trying to flush Eva's idol, that they're not voting for Joe. And it turned out that Kyle and Camila were really tight with both of them and felt that they could go to the end and beat them. And it's like, I get right now, it feels like there's this underdog three, this Sophie, Bolardi, Rizzo, Savannah. Feels like they're the underdog three and they have to overcome everybody else. That could also be set up for maybe an idol play or something significant happening, that they just want to be this really great moment. And maybe it doesn't necessarily mean final three. It just means.
Are they really the underdog three, though? I mean,
they were. They're not anymore.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they were. I don't know. Like, I would think, I mean, I don't know. It's whether, I mean, Savannah, and the thing is too, Savannah has kind of shown that she's good at challenges. So I don't know why she wouldn't just, to me, Alex wasn't that giant of a threat. I mean, I know people get like paranoid when someone's back and forth and playing both sides, and you can't get a straight answer. But sometimes it's like, I don't know. I felt like he's just the lone guy, that he's way less of a threat when you're just like on your own in a sense. Because Alex and Sophie, were they really together when after? Not really.
It didn't seem like they ever bonded at all.
Yeah. So to me, it's like he was just the lone stranger. I could use him any way I wanted to. And I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So last question before we start ranking the players. Any shot you think Sophie Bolardi uses her knowledge as power on Rizzo, or you think she's definitely using it on Christina? Because they both have idols. She doesn't know about Christina's, but she knows about Rizzo's. Any shot she uses it on Rizzo and uses that as her big move to get who she might see as the biggest threat out.
He wants to win. Yeah, I'd say, yeah, there's a chance. But I just don't know. I don't see Sophie and Rizzo on the show that close and like strategizing and talking and like or even friendship wise. Do you see that? I don't see it. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I could see her. I mean, it's getting to the point where like you got to use it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's basically she gets to steal to take what's the actual rule that she gets to do with this thing?
It's at tribal council. She gets to ask somebody if they have an advantage. If they do, she gets that advantage and they can't say no.
But is an advantage an idol?
Yeah, advantage or idol. It can be anything.
But she can say, Rizzo, do you know, I mean, but it's not a surprise, but she can say, Rizzo, I have you got to give me your idol.
Yeah.
And she can take his idol and then use it.
She doesn't even have to use. She could use it. She could not use it, but she could take it. I feel like if she took it, she'd be trying to vote Rizzo out of the game. I'm just wondering if you think that's even a possibility.
Yeah, I would. Well, I think she's pretty smart. I don't think she's a Miami D, but she's a Miami person. but yeah, no. To me, if I have that, why? I mean, why don't I take Rizzo's idol and then I have it for myself? Then do I have it till 5 and I can use it any way I want?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, put a target on my back, but I'm being very aware of what people are saying. And I'm like, okay, I got an idol. You guys are talking shit, or I feel paranoid, or I see you walking off with the camera guy. And okay, I feel unsafe. I'm going to play it. And then you play it and it makes you look good. So you stole it and you played it. That makes you look great.
And we see the big reaction in the preview for this week's episode of everybody at Tribal being shocked. And it could be the knowledge is power. It could be the non-idol play. Again, it could be an idol play. It could be knowledge is power to take Christina's. I think and nobody's really talked about this, and I haven't mentioned this either. If Sophie were to wait with this knowledge is power until last second, which maybe she can play it at 7 or 6, I forget. But if she takes it to take Rizzo's at 7, because we're at 8, so if she can go one more Tribal Council and then take it, she takes that idol. Now we're at final 7. She votes out Rizzo. She has his idol. Now they go to the next Tribal Council. If they're targeting her because she's a threat, she can just play the idol. She has the idol. So it's kind of like, if you can get the idol, why be overly worried about it, right? You're confirming.
If I had that knowledge of power and I was her, I'm taking that idol, and then I'm you can tell around camp. It's like if people feel threatened all of a sudden, well, now, wow, that was a hell of a move there with Sophie. Because now she's playing. You become a threat anything that you do, for a bit. But then people tend to forget. They kind of slow down. Like, even like with Rizzo, I mean, they only got an idol, but it's almost like it's been around so long. It's like, is he as big as of a threat or something in their hands? I don't know. Yeah. So I would take it for sure, and then use it when I felt paranoid, because you can tell by the questions at Tribal Council as well, and you can get a slight hint of like what's happening more than what we see as well. So Sophie, if she was really playing the game and on her own with not chucking out friendships and this and that, yeah, she would look really good. 1 for stealing it, 2 for playing it, and probably staying in the game. And then she'd be at 5 or whatever. And then you never know. I mean, I would try to get rid of Sophie, Yellow Sophie, only because she's been pretty good in challenges. To me, like, she looks really good. So, I mean, there's a chance that no one ever wins out like hardly, where you just win, out challenge wise. So when people get nervous and say, well, they could just win the end, like, that's rare. So I never kind of take that into consideration.
Yeah. And Sophie and Savannah have been dueling like crazy.
Yeah.
It's almost good for Savannah to have Sophie, because now she has somebody who's as big of a challenge threat as she is, and that's good.
Yeah.
All right, let's rank the players. So who do you think the safest?
We got 8 people to rank.
Yep. And I want to know who you think is the safest this week.
The safest. Well, I mean, Rizzo's the safest. He's got an idol.
So even though Sophie could steal it, you're just like, nah, it's not happening.
Well, hold on.
I'm just saying. I mean, I know we had that whole conversation. It's a big hypothetical. It's probably not going to happen. I'm just making sure that,
Okay,
after that whole conversation.
I don't want to give the Riz guy,
the Riz guy, is that what he is to you?
I'm calling the Riz guy. I'm just calling him R. Riz. He's
like
over the. I don't know. He just. I'm sorry. The way he speaks sounds slightly phony to me. Like he's over the top excited. And I was excited, but he seems over the top. His voice is, I don't know. There's something about him like, dude, you don't seem real. I'm sorry. I mean, sure, when I mean him, he's like, I'm a nice guy. Yeah, Troy said you give me shit. Like, whatever. So no, I can't give the Riz guy his number one spot. I'm gonna go with Sage.
okay. All right. So other than just not wanting to give Riz Guy his number one spot, why do you have Sage as the safest person?
Because she's the smartest, and she's just. I feel like she's super safe with Juwan. I think she has enough savvy to talk with Savannah and Sophie, and behind the scenes that we probably won't see. She just seems like she's got her thumb on the game. I do. She seems real smart to me.
I don't have her at number one, but I'm agreeing with you that I think that between her and Juwan, I don't think their moves are as bad as the internet thinks their moves are. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to win. They could still easily lose, and I wouldn't be surprised if one goes home this week, but I don't think their moves are necessarily as bad as the internet is thinking their moves are.
Right.
You know who I'm going to put at one, Troyzan?
What's that?
You know who I'm going to put at number one?
You're going to put Sophie.
I'm going to put the Riz guy.
Oh, you guy. Oh, God.
I got to do it for you.
The Riz.
Rizzo, if you made it this far into the episode, here you are. Here's your reward. I'll rank you at number one. No, I'm putting him at number one because I don't think that if he plays the idol, he's going to be safe. I don't think Sophie Valerdi will steal it from him. I still think it's probably one episode too early for her to potentially do that. I still think she'll probably steal it from Christina to solidify the numbers. And I think at this point, Savannah and the other Sophie, Yellow Sophie, have kind of put themselves in a bigger threat position, as crazy as that might sound. I don't know with Rizzo. Like, I feel like Rizzo's playing the best game in terms of with the idol stuff. It's amazing that he hasn't played it and that he's been correct every time. And I understand why he's going to be on 50 because Jeff is super excited that somebody would have like the stones, as everybody says, to sit and do what he's doing. I just don't see him getting blindsided with the idol.
I don't agree with it. I don't think anybody from 48 or 49 should be on 50s.
I mean, I couldn't agree. I don't think there should have been 12 people from the new era, but
Well, yeah, because if you're going to take 50, if you're going to do a 50th season, and you kind of in a sense do whatever 49 seasons to pick from, well, and then less than that if you get rid of the returner seasons, then you can't do. If you split it into fifths. Then 1/5 of the new era would be on Survivor 50. 1/5, not half or more than half, right? Or half.
No, it's 12 and 12.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just that's too many from the new era. It's not the same. That's too many from the community college, era. That's not the NFL, bro. What are you kidding? That's not the All-Star game. I mean, I've said this before. I had my own ideas what 50 should have been, and I just think that we'll see. But I think they blew it. I think that the 50 was a huge number. Come on, 50 seasons. What other show, honestly, has had 50 seasons? And a show like Survivor, like top reality show, probably of all time, every single person in America either has watched it or at least knows the name Survivor. Yeah. They could have done Survivor 50 in 2 parts. They could have had the first part, where they air it in February like normal. 50 people. 50 days. Come on, man. That would have been crazy. People would have been like, what? Oh my God, this is going to be nuts. 50. And then they get rid of 25 people in the first part 1. And then in the summer, they play part 2 and freaking America goes cuckoo. Like, did you see the shit that happened on 1? You got to watch 2, man. It's going to be crazy. And everybody in America is watching the thing. And it would have been fantastic. And they probably could have picked at least one standout from each season. Or if there was a crap season, then maybe you don't pick somebody. But then you probably have 40 people. But then you go back to other seasons, like, well, we got to get these 2 from this season because they're like real standouts. And then you would have probably satisfied everybody. And I know people don't want this. Well, we've seen this person a bunch of times, and this person. Guess what? If we had an all-star game with NBA players, and you say, like, we're not going to include Michael Jordan because he's been in it 7 times. Well, he's Michael Jordan.
Mhm.
Sorry. Everyone wants to see him in America, so that's the way I feel about it. So you got to do legendary people. Just do it. It's the 50th season. What are you screwing it up, man? Like, I'm like, Jeff, come on, man.
It's funny you say that because, like, I was talking to somebody, and I always tell, at work, I tell them about the podcast and everything, and somebody said, "Oh yeah, I heard they're doing 50th season." I'm like, I can't believe Boston Rob's not on it. And they don't watch, but they said they would have watched if Boston Rob was on 50. Like, Boston Rob has to be on 50. And that just makes me laugh because I've never been more over a person than I am over Boston Rob. But general public is saying,
right.
Let's do it.
That's the truth in a sense. Like you and the huge Survivor fans and the people that follow and go on Reddit and do, like are crazy super fans.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're tired of the Boston Rob. They're probably tired of Sareeb and tired of Ozzy. I'm not sure why Ozzy made it, honestly. Is it supposed to be a family show, right? They're all worried about how people are perceived and the family show and this and that. And then you're going to put a porno star on there. Okay, thanks. Good for you, CBS. That's a smart move. Are you kidding me? Like, give me a break. Golly, what? Jesus. So I'm just like, yeah, but I'm the same. Even when I get stopped, people are like, oh my God, Troyzan, blah, is it really you? And then there's like, do you ever talk to Boston Rob? So it's like the general public, likes people and they know names. And to me, when just know a name like that, or Parvati or Sandra, you got to include them because that's how you get the show. That's how you get ratings. And I mean, CBS, isn't that why you're in the TV game, to get ratings? Why? That's how you make money. I mean, it's all, bottom line, a TV show is on for one reason, to make CBS money. It's not for just a joke and to it's just to get ratings. If your ratings drop, you go off the air.
Did you see his Rushmore? I'm sure you did. And it's the same as everybody else.
Who's Rushmore? Probst Rushmore?
Yeah.
I don't think I saw it, but I'm sure it's like what, Boston Rob and
it's exactly what you would think. It's Boston Rob, Parvati, Tony, Sandra.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's like the 4 Mount Rushmore. Look, I don't think Parvati and Boston Rob, I don't think Boston Rob is near that same level when it comes to gameplay because his first time he was.
No, I agree. Boston Rob is he's a legend because of his name and because he's been on a lot. But as far as his gameplay, if you really look at it, it's not like, oh my God, he's amazing. I mean, he won a season that was basically handed to him. Yeah. In a sense. I mean, give me a break. And his first season he wasn't that great. So I mean, as far as playing, but he's a really good character to listen to in the beginning. If you listen to him on his first season, he's got that accent and he's Boston, right? He's Amber, like he's just, So I get that, So
but it's what you're saying here, and this is why I have to bring this up. Jeff says those are the 4 Mount Rushmore players.
Right.
None of them are on season 50.
I know.
None of them. So how do you imagine, and obviously presidents are dead, but imagine you're like putting all and it's like, well, we're not going to put the people who are on Mount Rushmore at whatever meeting. Or it's like,
I know. That's why I feel like I don't know what they were thinking when they started putting the season together. I just don't get it. I'm kind of like, you just had a chance to really, this is your 50th season. Didn't you think, like, I would have been thinking, or even when I was doing 48, like, hey, 50, we got the go ahead. We got 2 years to really do something huge here. Let's do it. Let's get everybody involved. And I don't know, like, I just don't know if Jeff sat down and if it was his idea or somebody else's. I honestly don't know. It's like, I mean, who would be your Mount Rushmore?
I mean, that's the Mount Rushmore. I mean, if I'm talking in terms of
your own personal, like, I mean, would it be that or no?
Yeah. If you were to ask me, like, who's the Mount Rushmore Survivor? I think that is the Mount Rushmore Survivor. They've all won. They're the biggest personalities. They're, you have the two-time winners. So you have to have both of them. I think Boston Rob is the biggest male character. And I think at this point, Parvati is the biggest female character. Like, if you were to ask me, but if you were to ask me who are the best players, like, Todd Herzog is better. I've said this so many times since AU versus the World there. Todd Herzog is a better player than Parvati. Like, it's just, but he only played once. So you can't be Mount Rushmore because he only played once.
Which is, that's the tough part, because if Todd would have played 3 times, he's up there. Yeah.
Yeah. If he has success on another round, like if he were to come play Survivor again and finish and like be top 5, top 6, he doesn't even have to win. If you finish top 5, I'm like, okay,
Well, but also people get a little bit more status when they play another show.
True.
I don't know why, but it has nothing to do with Survivor. But they just become more of a character. Like then they're mentioned. It's almost like Michelle Fitzgerald. You know, I mean, I'm great friends with her, and I told her before, like, listen, she was always bummed out because she never felt like she got the accolades for the winning, and this is when she just won once, and she was just walking around like, oh, I only won once, and no one really considered her that big of a winner. And I'm like, hey, you won, just take it. But then when she played her second time and did real well, it kind of her status went up, and then she did the challenge. So now when people say Michelle Fitzgerald, like, oh yeah, she's a great Survivor player. She's up there. She's like, top 20.
I don't even have to defend her anymore. That's how ridiculous it is.
I'm just saying,
defend her nonstop. Now I don't even have to.
I love her to death too, but I think she's great. But it's like, I always thought she was, but it's like a lot of fans or people in general, or I mean, even Jeff or like other survivors, like, Michelle, yes, Aubrey should have won, kind of a thing. I'm like, what? Like, if you win,
Aubrey's allowed to win 50, and then Aubrey and Michelle can just be the greatest final.
I mean, I'm not sure why. I love Aubrey to death too, but I'm not sure why she got picked for 50, because it was like, she did really great her first season. She was kind of okay on Game Changers. Really didn't get shown a lot, but made it fairly far. And then did really any of those players that played that season with Man Bun Joe and Kelly Wentworth. That was like, I don't know, what was that? So that didn't really show much of her. And then she's on 50. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
All right, there's just
anyways, yeah. So back to
back. Anyway, there's your tangent.
I go on a rant like, oh Jesus Christ.
Well, here, since we're off topic, AAO Carry 9949 says, "What part of Washington are you from?" I'm from Tacoma.
Oh, Tacoma. Yeah, I'm Spokane, Washington. I'm the Eastern Washington, so she's all on the other side. Although I went to school at Western up in Bellingham, so I know Tacoma. My dad was a state patrolman in Washington State, so he lived kind of near Tacoma for a little bit when he became sergeant. Yeah. Nice. Good old Tacoma.
I've been to Spokane once, and I got an egg thrown at me while I was walking to the mall. So.
Oh yeah, come on, Gonzaga, baby.
I know. That's where we ran the national championship there when I was in like 8th grade. It was cold and miserable.
Yeah. It's called Tacoma.
Mike Troyzan lives in Miami. Everybody.
Tacoma rains all the time. It's like, I couldn't live. Sorry, I mean, it's nice in the summer, but there's no way I could live in Seattle, Tacoma. I mean, no way.
Yeah. All right, we're back to the rankings. Troyzan's focus is like he's elite now. He's on the elite focus. Final 4 minutes of the championship game. You got to make every shot.
Oh, geez. Okay, here we go.
You had Sage at 1. Who you have as number 2?
Number 2, I've got for safest Sophie.
Which one?
Sophie Blue. Miami Sophie. Surprised I haven't met Miami Sophie. I live in Miami. Come on. Sophie.
Go to enough things, right?
Reach out to Troyzan. Tell me you're going to do some party. I mean, D always did kind of parties all the time. Like,
he and Ben both had Ben especially. He was just like, I'm going to go play a show and Survivor's going to be on.
Yeah, Ben was out. He was like all over it, man. He's like getting that guitar rocking and having a party every weekend.
Gramps was the place, man.
Yeah. I think, was that the downtown place that was like, one was a bar downtown. It's like, I go, come, he's like, come to the bar, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, and then the guy asked me, he wanted me to pay to come in. Like, I'm here to see, what are you kidding me? Like, and then $25 for parking. I go, God damn, man.
That's like, no, this was in Wynwood. I didn't pay to park and I didn't pay to go in. That was different.
Wait, was this the last party that he had?
Yeah.
I was going to go to that. Well, that's a long story.
I didn't tell Troyzan I was there. He would have come.
I would have come. Did you see any other survivors there?
Oh, I didn't. I did the premiere party for 40. It was the premiere party for 48 or 46. That was the one I saw. And then he did another one later. I didn't go to the last one.
This was a party in August.
Yeah, I was in Europe, so I wasn't able to go to that one.
Yeah, because I got a text from Carolyn. Where are you? I'm like, what? Are you really in Miami without telling me?
Remember the Carolyn Troyzan stuff? That was a fun part of summer, huh?
Yeah, I remember it. It's still, it's a.
People were like, "What's going on with these two?" And I just texted Troyzan. I'm like, "You like being part of like the Survivor zeitgeist again? You feel like you're back in it?" I was like, "What's Troyzan up to?"
Yeah.
All right, talk about Sophie Polarity. Look, we got Troyzan blushing.
That's a long story. I don't want to get into the. I might start choking up.
We got Troyzan blushing over here, everybody. All right, let's go. What do we got with Sophie Polarity?
Sophie, is that the yellow Sophie?
No, why do you have her at number 2?
Oh, why do I? Well, she's got. I mean, I just feel she's the safest, honestly. Like that, her name never gets mentioned to get voted out, and she's pretty solid with Savannah. I don't think she's a threat to Sophie. I don't know what her deal is with if Steven has any, or Christina have any, animosity towards her or think she's a threat. She just her personality to me, the way she even speaks doesn't seem threatening, and I don't get paranoid around her. So that's why I feel safe. And I feel that she's got that, still a vote.
yeah, the knowledge power. I mean, I have her at number 2 as well.
See, this is what I mean. I get mixed up on the goddamn knowledge of power, steal a vote, this vote, this, take that. I'm like, God, it's like I remember one season they had a list like, 5 things that each person had or what they were doing. And my parents were like, we're Survivor fans. I can't follow the show because I don't know who's got what and who's doing what. Like, it's like, crapshoot.
Well, it used to be when you had the water cooler talk back in the day, and I also have Sophie at number 2 with this knowledge is power. When you had the water cooler talk back in the day, it'd be who do you think is going home? Oh, I think it's going to be PG.
Yeah.
Well, it might not be PG because remember, James has the idol, and everybody go, oh, that's true. That was it. Now it's like, who do you think is going to go home? Well, I don't know. Maybe it'll be Savannah. Well, it can't be Savannah because she has the extra vote. Well, the extra vote's not that strong. Well, she's aligned with the guy with the idol and the girl with the knowledge. And it's like,
then I forgot Christina had an idol before, even before this podcast. I'm like, I don't know. See, I can't keep track, and I don't write stuff down. To me, it's like that's not why I want to. That's not how people watch TV shows. They don't write stuff down. They want to watch it and keep track. That's why I feel like they really need to do a season where it's just back to basics. Just go back.
Still an idol, right? You don't want no idols.
I want one idol. I mean, that's whatever. But just like old school, go back to Borneo. Go to that same damn island where they did season 1, and just if you're a good game player and you're smart enough and savvy enough to make friends and to do this and socialize and and really making fire or getting fish means something or something that survivorish means something. That's the show, and there will be villains and people will watch it. Throw in one idol or 2, whatever, but just go back to basics. I mean, if people forget why Survivor made people watch, go back and watch the first 10 seasons. You were engaged. That was Survivor. There was a Survivor element to it as well. We don't even see that anymore. Not really. Only unless Jeff announces it's so hot out. It's really hot. Like, okay, yeah, it's hot. I don't see any sweat and I don't see anybody fainting or keeling over. So, okay, I get it. They're hot as hell, but they're hot as hell at night too. You know why? Because they all got North Face jackets on and gloves and hoodies and fucking probably hand warmers. What the shit?
So Sophie Polarity, I love it. I got Sophie Polarity at number 2 as well. I think she's golden. I don't think people are looking at her at all.
Okay.
I don't think people are looking at her at all. So we're in agreement on Sophie Polarity.
Okay. Then
whose hand warmers got number 3 here?
Yeah, who's got the hand warmers? I could say something dirty, but I won't.
Yeah, you're gonna remember. You just yelled at Ozzy. You can't now drop to that level.
I'll yell. I'll put Ozzy down all day long. He gave me shit, so I don't care. But no, I'm not going to be some old Uncle Rico. I think. I'll go with Rizzo. What the hell?
You got to put your pride to the side so that you can get the win. That's what's more important.
I'll go with Rizzo because you got the idol. It's like I got to be somewhat smart, So I give you third, Riz guy.
Rizzo, congratulations on your big achievement here. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you.
Very proud of you.
Yeah, I'm going Savannah at 3. I don't even care that she's the biggest threat if she loses immunity. People keep talking about how she's. If she loses immunity, she should go home. We want to vote her out, this, that, whatever. I'm still putting her at number 3. I feel like at this point with her extra vote and the fact that Sophie Segretti seems pretty locked in with them, they should have 4 people plus an extra vote at final 8. That gives you 5. You survive, you win. I'm feeling good about Savannah.
Oh yeah, that's that actually makes more sense. Can I switch my vote?
No, you got to keep Rizzo at 3. I'm not letting you drop him further. I know you want to, but I'm not letting you.
Okay, I'll do 3, and then I'm going to do Savannah at 4.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, she's in a good spot, and she's gotten a way better spot. And I just, as compared to Sage and her, to me are the most intelligent to me, as far as like knowing what's going on and figuring out who's doing what, reading people's, not minds, but like getting a good grasp. And I think their intuition, which helps out there, your intuition is a big deal. And I think they both have real good intuition just in general on people. So yeah, I'll stick Savannah at that. And yeah,
I think that's kind of where I'm sitting too. I feel like Savannah and Sage have the best read on the game. I feel like Jawan and Steven and Rizzo all have. I can't tell if they have good reads or bad reads yet because things haven't broken or not broken their way. But they know what they're doing. I just don't know how much. And then Sophie Segretti, I feel like, has come to life recently, and that's good. But I think that Sophie Bellardi, Blue Sophie, is in still like the best position of all the positions. Even if she might not have the best mind for the game, her game has positioned her to be the winner of this season, I think.
Right.
So
yeah,
I have Yellow Sophie. Oh, go ahead.
So I got to pick my 5th, right?
Well, I got Yellow Sophie at 4. So
you got Yellow Sophie at 4.
Because I think she's in with that group, and I think at this point she's just not threatening enough. Why would you vote out Yellow Sophie? You should vote out Blue Sophie, Savannah, or Rizzo if you're going to go for anybody in that group. Why would you go for Yellow Sophie?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can put her there. I feel like Yellow Sophie's in the big trouble. I don't know. So I've got to go with I'm going to go with Juwan.
I'm going to go Jawan as well. So I'll let you talk Jawan first at your number 5.
Jawan he's not going home, but I feel like he's never, even though he's got in a good alliance and he's got like a solid, person in Sage, I just don't feel like he's been any type of, this is the way we got to go. Like, I don't see him making the name call for it. I don't see him being the main, a main leader in a sense, not meaning leader in a conversation, seems like he's second. He's the guy. He doesn't seem like a type A person to me, that guy to me.
What I think is funny about Jawan right now, I have him at number 5. I still feel like
Jawan, a super nice guy though. Like he seemed like a real nice person, but I don't know if that bodes well on Survivor.
See, I feel like he can still win. I think it just depends totally on how this game is going to shake out from here on. Like, has he made bad moves with Rizzo or has he made good moves with Rizzo? That's going to be answered in the next week or two. Right. And if it turns out that Jawan can sit at the end and beat any of these people, then Jawan's been making great moves.
Well, he's been saying some things in his confessionals that make it sound like that he's like, this is the way I want to do it. Yeah. This is, so he is saying those things. I don't know if he's saying that because editing is setting him up to go out, because sometimes they do that.
Yeah.
Or
but then last week he had the confessional that's normally the death knell of like, I'm in control of this. We're sitting in the middle.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I'm like, uh-oh. Whenever I see that, I'm like, okay, this is the episode. Adios, muchacho. So he stayed. So maybe they're setting him up to be like, look good. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I mean, I tend to look at the edit in a sense, or like the non-edit. What I say is the non-edit. What I'm trying to guess is like really happening. What conversations?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say he's there. And then so I got we're the same on Jawan.
Yeah, we both have Jawan at 5. Let me bring this one up before you do your 6 real quick. Miss Jubilee. I think Savannah goes on immunity challenge run and breaks the women's record for most individual immunity in history, and that lands her on another season. Her opinion only. What do you think?
Well, if that happens, then I see her on another season. Yeah, because she's definitely type A. She's a slight old school. Not quite the villain of the old schools, but enough. I mean, if I looked at the whole cast, and who is kind of like would stand out just in like stand out. The standout woman is probably right now Savannah to me from the beginning of the show, like all through it. And then maybe Sage. It's real close, but I think Savannah now, just in general. And then they showed her backstory, so that put her up another level. The Olympic moment that they do now.
Everybody gets one. I know.
I wish I had an Olympic moment, but it's to me. There's no need for that. We don't need Olympic moments. We can find that out later. Let's watch some of the show. Let's watch him suffer, do something. So yeah, I can see her on another show, another season. Yeah.
All right. Sure. So who do you have at number 6?
So I got between. Well, Christina's got an idol, so she's not. I don't think she's just not gonna play it and then get burned like that.
But again, Sophie Bolardi with the steal of vote, if she finds out or the knowledge of power, she steal that idol.
I'll go with Yellow Sophie.
Okay.
And for a while there, Yellow Sophie was kind of like a non-existent, right? Nope. In the beginning of the game, like I don't know. Same with Christina. I barely saw so Sophie, Yellow Sophie is really only in the last, maybe 3 episodes, kind of like, or maybe 2.
Really, since the merge started, she started popping off because she won the immunity and then she was integral to the split vote.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd say her.
All right. I'm going to go Sage at 6. So I have her.
Yeah, I'll go with that. And Sophie, you have, you've got Kat Anderson's calling me.
There you go.
That's weird.
Yeah. I had her on the podcast twice.
Yeah. And Sophie has the best eyes of everybody on the cast. Sorry.
There you go. I like how Kat almost knew you were going to say that. That's why Kat called you. She's like, you better not be complimenting somebody else's eyes.
Right. It's like, is that crazy? Like,
that's hilarious.
I haven't talked to Kat in months. She had a baby and everything. I've spent the new mom. Kat's a whole different person. But yeah,
I remember we had her on the podcast. You when we were looking for people back for Winners at War for our big series that we did of talking about all the winners, you had helped us out with a lot of people. You helped us get Sierra Easton. You helped us get Kat. And I remember when we got Kat, I was like, holy shit. Like, this is not the person I was expecting. And we just rewatched One World, my wife and I. She'd never seen it. And I said to her, so I've had Troyzan on the podcast. I've had 2 other people on the podcast. Can you guess who they are? You had helped us with Jonas and Kat, and my wife never got to either of them. She was guessing everybody else on the cast. And when I told her Kat, she was like, how was she? And I was like, Kat was amazing. We had her on twice. Like we had her come on 2 different podcasts because Kat was great and not at all what you see on that season of One.
Kat on the season and Kat, especially Kat now, I mean, you would never even guess. She probably is like, looks at the show and goes, I'm sure she laughs, but like, she's just nothing like that. Mm-hmm. She's super successful businesswoman. She's got, the baby now. She got married and she just really has a good life and got her shit together. And I'm proud of her.
That's awesome.
Kat, you never would guess from One World. Kat could have been in jail. Who knows?
Hey, Kim says she's the one who ends up on that celebrity show if she wins of how $1 million ruined my life, right? Like that was that.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay.
Sage has nice eyebrows too. I would have to give you that little.
Okay, there we go. We got eyes and eyebrows. Good job.
Okay. I'm a photographer. I noticed these things as a photographer.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to close mine out first so that you can do the honors of closing ours out. So I'm going to put Christina at 7 and Steven at 8. I think that Christina's idol might get stolen this episode, but I think it's going to be used to vote out somebody else. I think it'll be used to vote out Steven. They'll steal Christina's idol so she can't play it. Steven's a bigger threat than Christina. Christina's telling people everything. I don't think she's really like playing that good of a game right now. She could change it. Maybe all of a sudden she starts playing a better game, but I'm not seeing it. I don't think she's threatening. I don't think that they're worried about her getting to a final tribal. So I got Christina at 7 and I got Steven as the person going home this week.
Okay. I was going to say the same thing, but I'll do a little switch up.
Okay.
Steven wins immunity. So he's safe. Christina is like, she feels safe, but she's like one of the few that like goes home with an idol in her pocket. Mm-hmm. Just does not play it right. And sorry, I hope I'm wrong, Christina. You seem like a good person. But that's fine. That's
I like how Troyzan's even starting to do the thing that the players on Survivor do, where Troyzan's like, I know, I'm sorry, you're probably a good, but it's like, no, Troyzan, you're supposed to be coming out here like Johnny Fairplay, telling people that you hate them and you hate everything about them, you know?
I maybe I've gotten softer. Like, I'm not like, oh my God, this season, I love watching the show. I'm always like, I know I'm going to run into them somewhere at a charity event and they're going to be like, hey, give me all this shit. Like, yeah, well, we all got shit. I got a lot of shit when I played, like from a lot of players. So it's like, yeah, I don't believe me. I'm not the happy-go-lucky. Like, if I was, hey, every season for me of the new era, as long as this gets some shit ratings, guess what? One World goes up, and so does the Game Changer. It's been rising. One World used to be, it's still not big, but it's like slowly rising. Because I've had other people come up to me like, oh yeah, I'm rewatching One World. It's pretty good. I'm like, really? Because most people are like, they hate it because Colton's an asshole and Alicia's a piece of crap. But I'm like, those are just villainous people. Like this, the show actually has 5 returners, so it's like we're something.
I mean, the problem with One World, Troyzan, because I watched it last month. The problem with One World is the fact that once the merge hits, it's just nothing goes the way you want it to go as an audience member. It's just a disaster. The pre-merge is fun.
Most frustrating thing I've ever, and believe me, when you're there doing it too, it's even more frustrating because you're like, you just are like, oh my God. Well, this is back to when they cast people that really never watched the show. Yeah. They don't do that at all.
You're telling me Jay had never watched the show? No way.
Jay, Kat, Sabrina, Alicia barely knew it. Like, it's just all, recruits, Bill. I mean, I'd say 75% of the girls, they hadn't watched or just were not there. So it's not, and I know I get Kim played the great game, but like it was pretty easy to tell everybody what to do, So, I mean, yeah. But hey, if 49 is a dud, that means guess what? It goes to the bottom and One World rises up. Thank you, 49.
Hey, I'll say this: season Redemption Island is still so much lower than even if One World is the second worst season, Redemption Island is so much worse that you can never be the worst. Troyzan.
Okay. Well, I mean, but Fiji always gets kind of a low. Not Fiji as Thailand gets kind of like a bad. We'll see. Like it gets a. Some people like it. I'm like, what? Like they like, oh, I love it. It's not as bad as you think. Like, well, okay, well, I'll take it.
Hey, get your compliments where you can, because I remember coming off Game Changers. I remember one of the first questions I asked you in the tell-all is, I know you're a huge fan. How do you feel about being on 2 seasons that everybody just seems to hate? And you were just like, well, they like me.
Well, it's like that. You can only do that. You can only be like, well, people still know my name. They still stop me. It's like, they know my season sucked, but they don't think I suck. So that's, I guess, okay. I don't know. It's like being on a bad, really crappy, football team, but you're somewhat good. I don't know. It's like Archie Manning. People like, who's that? Like, played on the Saints way back in the day. They sucked every year, but he was like, well-known, good guy.
Max Crosby, some would say.
There you go. Max Crosby. Yeah. 100%.
Poor Troyzan. Just going to keep taking shots at the Raiders. You lose 24-10 at home to the
Browns. 10 sacks. 10. People are like, so there's going to be some people on here not sports fans. They're going to be like, that guy I'm Troyzan. All he does is talk about sports. I compare Survivor to sports a lot, though, like these analogies. So we got, so Steven, I think he wins a challenge. Steven's an all right player. I mean, he wouldn't be old school. Christina, I mean, I can go through them one by one. I could be like, who would play in a season? Season. Let's just pick season 18. Would any of these people be on 18 or 20? Not 20. Or 15 or 10 or 30 or I don't know. And it's also the thing too is the fact that they made the mistake of just calling it a number. That was a dumb move. It still is stupid because no one knows. They don't associate, like when you say China and Tocantins and Africa, people automatically kind of know and they kind of remember the faces, and you remember almost everybody in a sense. I mean, I used to remember the first person that got voted out almost. And now it's like someone will say a name. I go, I don't know if they're on 41 or freaking 48. I have no idea, no clue. I mean, they could be any one of those numbers, and I don't know. Rarely, I mean, you do, but I don't. If someone said who won 42 or 43, I'm like, I have to think. Like, well, did they win 43 or 42 or 40? It's like, and people get forgotten. I mean, and thank God they brought back at least the theme song, which they cut out for a while. That was another ridiculous. Like, what? What? You cut the theme song out? That's everyone. That's how everyone got associated with who was who.
Yeah,
a face and a name, and the person that was watching was like, oh. There's Sophie. I think I know her. I'm connected. I remember her name. And that raises the ratings. When you don't show the name, you're like, who's that? Oh, that's the guy with the glasses. Or that's the Asian guy. Or that's the guy, like, who, what? Really? You would, and I'm like, Jeff, would you cut out the theme song if you're watching it for Friends? And say, yeah, let's just go. Just start the opening. No, you show the damn theme song, man.
No, it's true. It's true. That's how you start it.
Song, Seinfeld, you name it. People associate Gilligan's Island. Okay, people don't remember that, but like the Brady Bunch. Would you cut that theme song out and say, yeah, well, we don't need to have it because we want to show 70 seconds more of the show? What, are you crazy? Any executive, I'm like, if I was at CBS, I'm like, who's making this decision? Because that's a goof. I mean, I'm not even in TV production, and I'm like, come on, man. Anyway, they brought it back, so I'm happy with that.
There you go. No, I agree with you. I mean, I feel like the theme song is necessary. We always used to, when I was a kid, we used to play the game of are they in or are they out? Because it would be like, you're watching the theme and you'd see all the people come up and it'd be like, in, out.
Yeah.
Who was that? Are they in or out? So
right.
I always
like to look to see, like, after the season's over and who won, where did they put them in that theme?
What is it? They still never have had the person last, I think.
I think so.
Roberts first, but I don't think they've ever had the person last.
Yeah. I was first on Game Changers. I'll take it.
You're supposed to win, Troyzan.
I know. It's like I should have won. Damn. It's like, oh well. If they just would have showed part my game.
Yeah, that's what it was. Everybody who voted, they were voting not for you because they didn't get to watch it on TV. That's what it was.
Well, in the end, like, and after the, a few years go by, they're like, oh my God, you're such a fan and you're just such a nice guy. Like, God, I wish you should have won. You would have been a good representative of like Survivor to win. I was like, well, God dang it. Why you said that out there? Why, what the hell? That's why I keep saying, like, let's do a third time's a charm. Or I keep saying, come on, you got to have a zero finalist season. Because there's a lot.
It's going to be the captain.
A lot of us zero finalists that are, I think, pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. You, Fishback, Carolyn.
Yeah. I mean, who else? There's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. No vote finalists. That's a season because we would play hard as shit. I honestly think it'd be one of those, like, because when you make it the finals and you don't win, plus you get zero, it just, you're going to do everything. It's like, don't tell me that people don't think about it all the time. Cause I do, like, oh God, don't mention it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know if there's enough zero vote finalists. I think that would be the problem. Like you'd have such a limited pool.
Spencer's a zero vote finalist.
Sure, Tasha's a zero vote finalist.
Yeah, and so it's like, I just think there's a lot and good names. I don't know. I'd have to go through the seasons, but I've looked at it before. I'm like, oh, there's like 10 right there.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's do it.
I love that. Troyzan's pitching himself back on the show, everybody. Don't worry. He's going to pitch himself.
Troyzan, season 52, 0 votes.
There you go. And then what happens if you're the zero vote finalist on the zero vote finalist?
Well, then that's actually not bad because then he's like, well, you got it twice. It's almost like who's the
Francesca?
Girl? Yeah, you're a Francesca. Because to me, it's like, as much as it's like it would suck to be like voted out first twice because you didn't really even get a play. Everybody knows your name, so don't worry that it's like it's such a bummer. Because guess what? You say that name, almost every Survivor person knows. So you're well known. So take that and just live with that. That's it's kind of the way I feel sometimes. Like, didn't win, but like, aren't you the guy that yelled like, "This is my island, don't fuck with me"? Like, that's okay. Well, if that's all you know, then great. I'll take it.
And there we go. Tatsuyama says Sugar. Nora's a decent one. Is here.
Oh yeah, Sugar. Yeah, Nora. Yeah. Sugar. I like that. Yeah. See, Sugar. That would be good. Chelsea. Oh, that would be a tough one with Chelsea. Me and Chelsea in the same game. Oh,
There you go. Duking it out.
Duking it out, right? Yeah. But I'm sure if you go back to well, has it been 3 finals for quite a while now, right?
Oh yeah, I mean every season since 18 except for Cagayan.
Which to me, that's another thing I think they should change. It's almost,
man, right?
It's almost pointless 3 because it's just never been that close where it's like, oh my God, it's 3-3-3. It's a tie. It's never been. Has it ever been close with 3?
Last season wasn't far off. They all got votes, and then China's, I think, still the closest. Though. I think China is the most mathematically close between the 3 because I think it was 5-2-1.
But in general, to me, wouldn't you rather have just 2 sitting there? I would.
My biggest problem with Final 2 is this: more often than not, you're not going to get 2 deserving finalists at the end. That's my biggest problem with it. You're going to get if you think about those first 10 seasons when they did Final 2 every time, first 11 seasons, first 12 seasons, right? Before they changed it to Final 3, first 12 seasons. It was 4-3, which is fine. It was 4-3, which is fine. It was 5-2, which is still fine. It was 4-3. So there's your first 4 seasons. First 5 seasons, 4-3 again.
Right.
Jenna Maraska wins 6-1. Sandra wins 6-1. So Rob Amber was 4-3 because that was like whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Chris Doherty wins 5-2. Tom wins 6-1.
Kind of blow.
Danny wins 6-1.
Yeah.
Aris wins 6-1. So it's like it starts becoming lopsided.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to. I mean, I think they'll probably just stick with the 3, I guess.
Yeah. Just don't do a Final 4. I don't need that.
Do they need to do the fire challenge anymore, though?
I don't hate the fire challenge as much as everybody else. I think what the best argument I heard for get rid of the fire challenge was get rid of the fire challenge so that it becomes an unknown. Right. Same thing like you're saying with Final 2. It doesn't always have to be the fire challenge. Like make it so that people don't know on their season whether there's going to be a fire.
I agree with that. Yeah. Like all of a sudden in this season, it's like, oh, you think it's the final 3. Guess what, people? No, we're Survivor. We switched it up. Jeff made the new rule. It's 2. I'm like, what? Yeah. It's like when the fire challenge finally came in, it was like, whoa, fire challenge. This is good. I mean, that first one was like, oh, this is insane. Yeah. Whoever gets, making a fire and the pressure behind it, and you're going to the finals, or you're basically you've won and saying like, no, I need to prove to everybody I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the challenge, fire challenge. Mm-hmm. I wanted to do the fire challenge in Game Changers. I was not afraid of Ty. I cracked up when Ty's like, oh, Troy, he doesn't know what he's doing. Dude, I make fires here on my own. I was ready to make a fire, no problem. But Brad's like, I'll take him. Like, part of me's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I got to get to the finals. It's in my brain, because you don't know when you make the finals. You really don't know what the jury's thinking. You have an idea, but you really every time they come in, they look at people differently or they scowl, and you kind of have a read on them. But I had no idea. I mean, they were flipping off Sarah every time they came in, and Brad, they were just kind of like, eh. And I'm like, this just looks good for me. I don't think these people like them at all. They hate them, which is good. Whatever I can say. So, but no, I mean, when it finally came, like it was completely different. So you just never know.
Yeah. All right. Well, who's your winner pick for this season?
Oh God, you got to have me pick a winner.
Well, okay. Well, here, let me make it easier.
I want Sage to win.
Riz God 5364 Troyzan in the building. So I think Riz God just got here. So anything you want to say to Riz Guy as you're calling him, Troyzan?
Riz Guy. Why is he 5364? Anyways, there's more Riz Gods out there besides him.
There were actually 5,363 Riz Gods out there. Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
Yes.
What? Why is it?
I am shitting you. Yes.
I was gonna say like.
Yes.
You're probably an all right guy, but I'm sorry, your voice annoys the shit out of me. The way you talk, like the confessionals, you're way overexcited. You're like some kid that's played on online games, Survivor online games his whole life, and he finally made it on the show. Oh, son, bro.
Do you think that this Savannah, the hot Grim Reaper says my winner pick is Savannah?
Oh, I thought you said Savannah chimed in. I'm like, yeah, she looks pretty cute. I thought
it might be Savannah. We don't know. It's the hot Grim Reaper.
The hot Grim Reaper, and Savannah's his pick. if Savannah won, I'd be happy. I'd be happy with Sage or Savannah. That I would like those two to win.
What would you think if Jawan won?
I'd be surprised. I would be surprised, but I would be. He. I think he would be a good representative. He's a happy dude, Like, I mean, he's like just a overall. Like when he gives those answers at Tribal, and he's smiling and he's got. I don't know. There's something about that. He's like he looks like he looks like a genuinely good guy having a good time. He
seems like the kind of guy you'd want to hang out with.
That's I could sit and hang with Jawan.
Yeah.
I would give the hey bro, you did a good job. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he seems like an all right guy.
Wait, Jawan, if you're listening, Troyzan just said, "Hey bro, you did an all right job." That's about the biggest compliment he's ever going to pay somebody from the new era. So you take that and you run. You put that.
You run a long time, bro. Because I'm sorry, I will never. I'll never put the new era ahead of the old school. I won't. All 40 seasons are ahead for me. They're all ahead, only because it's the NFL versus this community college, and it's not the same game. So I can't award the seasons. Like, oh yeah, it's you're better, you're greater. Okay, all right, come on, new school, come at me, new schoolers. I'm ready.
All right. So Troyzan pro or anti-Riz God. So I won't. You don't have to answer that one because we already know the answer to that. If Riz Guy wins this season, what's your take then?
I don't know, honestly, Riz. If I'm ever gonna call him, even to his face, Riz God, because it's weird. I'm not even religious, so I'm like, some people are like, well, I'm religious. I'm not gonna say that, dude. I can't say it. Is Rizzo his real name, or is it Rizzo?
Rizzo is his real name, yeah.
It's like not Rizzo Dinelli or something long. No, it's just Rizzo.
It's just Rizzo, named after the Muppets, from what I hear.
Really, is Rizzo Italian? No,
he's Armenian, isn't he?
Oh, that's right, he's Armenian. Oh, well, maybe is Rizzo an Armenian name? I guess he's going to chime in and be yeah. Rizzo, don't worry, buddy. I don't mind watching. Just slightly annoying.
So if he wins the season, that's all I want to know here. If he wins
the season, I don't know. I'm only this. If you win the season, good on you, buddy. Maybe you'll buy me.
Sorry, not Armenian. He's Albanian.
Albanian. Okay.
Yeah, Alexa's Armenian, so that was what was in my head.
Okay. Aren't the Kardashians Armenian?
Yes.
Okay. But he's born in America, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If he wins, hey, I'll congratulate him. And I'll be like, dude, you got $1 million. You could buy me a Jack Daniels. But I don't think he should be on 50. Sorry. It's just, that's my thing. I don't think that 48 and 49. You can be. Can he be? If he wins, can he be on a returning season? Yeah. 50 to me was just too big. I mean, I know they've included other people, but I would have included. How many people total played? 24?
There's 24, yeah.
What's 1/5 of 24?
Whatever that's not possible. It's 4 point something.
Okay, so let's say 4 or 5 at the most from the new era. Would have played. Mm-hmm. Should have played. Mm-hmm. I have no problem. Jonathan was standout only because it was like every week you're like, oh my God, this dude just like, what's he gonna do? Kind of a thing, right? Mm-hmm. To me. And I like D. I don't know if he's 50. D's gonna be like, if she watches this, come on, I live in Miami. What are you doing? Who else is who's all the new era that made it? So I mean, 5 from the last. So the 5 from the last 2 seasons, right, are on 50. Mm-hmm. How in God's green earth is that possible? 5 from 2 seasons. Sorry, 48 and 49. Your ratings were not that great. They weren't rating like, oh, up here. So like, we've got to get these people on. I mean, am I happy for them? Because would I like to bend them? Yeah. But do 5 people from 48 and 49 deserve to be on 50, which could be or should have been the biggest season ever? Mm-hmm. My opinion, I say no. That was a mistake.
I think your opinion is not a hot take. I'll just say that.
It's not a hot take.
Yeah, it's not a hot take. I think that's how most people are feeling from the
Okay. Well, I mean, this is what I've heard as well. Almost with different fans, different people DMing me, people chiming in, people I meet. I ask all the time because I'm like, I don't want this just to be my opinion. I want to know your opinion. And it's kind of like, oh, I feel the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So, there it is.
There
what are you going to do?
You got any final thoughts here? I guess here's the last question I'll ask you because I can literally smell dinner being done and I'm dying right now.
Okay, yeah, I got to eat myself. I got a pot of rice over there just sitting there, just pot of rice.
That's all Troyzan eats, by the way. He still only eats rice.
It's funny. Well, I had my freaking car, the AC went out, so I've been in the shop like 2-3 days. So I've been able to go to the store. So every day the fridge just like less. If you looked at my fridge right now, you'd like there's nothing in it. Like literally, there's
a grown man. Everybody.
There's what I feed my dog from the farmer's dog. You have to put it in the fridge, and that's it. I mean, I'm out of food. It's like I'm like found in the car. Oh, I got some brown rice. So
you gotta get like DoorDash or something, Troyzan. What are you doing?
I know DoorDash. I didn't even know about. This is how old school I am. Like Carolyn came down to Miami, right? And she DoorDashed something. I go, how the hell did this coffee get here? It's that they just stuck it on the front. Where did this come from? She goes, I DoorDashed. I go, what the hell's that? It's like, I called. I go, what? So they just come to the door and just bring coffee? I'm like, that's awesome. She goes, oh, you're so fucking old. She goes, she's old school. Like, you don't even know what you're doing. Like, I said, I heard of it. I didn't know they just brought and just dropped it right at your door, like Starbucks. You know, it's awesome. So yeah, I should DoorDash, but I don't think they'd find my place. I live on 10 acres and it's dark as hell. And I have a farm gate. So they'd have to like either just drop it at the gate and call me or I don't know. So yeah, I didn't think about DoorDash, but I got a giant pot of rice. Oh, I have a can of tuna fish too. So I might mix that in. And you people are like, what?
That sounds like hell on earth right now.
Survivor diet tonight, rice and fish.
Rizzo, whether Troyzan likes you or not, you're doing better than him. That's all I'm gonna say.
If Rizzo wins, you're doing way better, bro.
Oh my God. Wait. So, this is my last question, and then I'm going so I can eat, and then you can go eat your tuna fish rice meal.
Okay.
Who do you want to win 50 out of everybody who's on there? Who
do I want to win?
Yeah.
Sage.
No, 50.
Oh, who do I want to win 50? If Chrissy won, I'd be happy. Okay. I like Chrissy. I met Chrissy. Thought she got kind of a bum deal on her season. I'm glad she got on 50. Her. I in all honesty, I don't know I haven't looked. I'm kind of was like, I always keep my fingers crossed for like a sneak in there. And then, I'm always praying to the stars all summer and doing all kinds of meditations. And then when they announce, I'm like, I don't kind of want to know. So I'm like, I just kind of like, I don't want, I know who I don't want. Who's my number one? No, I don't want to win.
I'm going to be shocked by this answer. You probably haven't mentioned him twice already, have you?
Yeah. Ozzy. I don't want him to win at all. When he's on the screen, I don't know if I want to watch him. Who name off some people. Like I'm trying to think.
Here's the old schoolers. Colby. Jenna Lewis?
No.
Okay. Rick Devens?
I like Rick. He can get second.
Christian Hubicki?
No. I like him too, but I don't want him to win.
Angelina?
No. I like her though.
But Stephanie LaGrossa?
No.
We already said Ozzy, so we're out on him. Aubrey?
I like Aubrey. She can get third.
Oh, there you go. Coach?
No.
What do you mean no on Coach? Well, I know Coach.
I like Coach, but yeah, I don't know. Been there, done that. Coach can get fourth.
Wait, hang on. Now I'm forgetting people. Hold on, everybody. I forgot the other three. I tried to do it in order, and then I forgot to do it in order. Oh, Chrissy, you already said. That's why it threw me off. You said yes on her.
I mean, I probably would pick one new school. I do like Jonathan because I've met Jonathan.
What about Sari?
No, I played with Sari. I played with Sari, and I'm sorry, Sari's, for me, once I played with her, she's not the same as everyone else thinks she is. That's all I have to say.
And then Mike White's the last one.
Mike's cool. I don't really. Yeah. I still pick as far as who I like and would be happy, and I think it would just be like. I just really think that. My brain went dead. Who'd I pick?
Chrissy.
Huh?
You said Chrissy, Aubrey's allowed Aubrey's allowed third, and Devin's allowed second.
I think in her season with the Ben thing, I think she got ripped. So I'm like, yeah, let's come back and win 50, and you'll be like, and then I'll high five her and be like, Chrissy, yeah, see, you came back, you fucking won 50, you win. So yeah, if she won that, I'd be happy. Maybe a new schooler in there, I don't know. Jonathan can't win, but I kind of like him. It's like, isn't there another? Is Charlie's kind of an all right guy, right? Is he playing?
Charlie's in there. D, Emily, Genevieve.
See there, Emily,
Joe.
No.
Camilla, Kyle.
No. For 50, I mean, crazy. I mean, I'm sorry.
Q and Tiffany.
Yeah. Q's interesting character. I still don't put him. I still just don't mix him in with old school. Sorry. I'm like the old school guy. Yeah, you're just an old fucking boomer. Yeah, you know what you're talking about. People always like, you're just an old white guy boomer. I'm like, no, I'm not really. It's like, well, first of all, I'm not all white because I have Cherokee Indian blood. So people that think I'm just some old white guy, I'm not. So I have to set people straight. I said, I have Cherokee Indian blood. You know, that counts as something. Don't be calling me some white guy.
I love it. I love it. I don't even know what to say to that, guys. That's it. I don't know what else to say.
You have to say anything. They see the feather on the. That's my torch.
There it is.
That's my torch from One World. Still, you know, once in a while, light it up for a cameo here and there. So yeah, people, if you book a cameo on for me, and you say light your torch, I will. So, book a cameo from Troyzan. Come on, let's go.
There you go. Where? Okay. How do they do that? What do you have, like a link for booking cameos?
Yes, if you go to my Instagram, there's just a cameo. If you go to cameo and just go right in Troyzan, you'll get it. You know, and book it online. Don't book it through the app because the damn app takes like 35% of your money, which is insane.
But if you do it online, it's nothing.
No. Then Cameo takes it 15% or whatever.
Oh, gotcha.
But Apple because they're just
Apple takes it. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're just like, we're going to take your money. I'm like, well, screw you, Apple. Like, you didn't even do anything. So yeah, Cameos. Yeah, if you go to Cameo, just book a Troyzan cameo. And I make them long, 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. And if you tell me
Christmas time, everybody, this is the time.
There you go. If you tell me to light the torch, I'll light it and maybe I'll do a bonfire and run around that in a loincloth just in your honor, people.
I mean, that doesn't sell you on cameos from Troyzan.
Christmas cameos from Troyzan.
All right. Like our video, subscribe to this channel. Patreon is half off up until the finale. So if you want to become a patron, now's the best time to try it out. Patreon.com/a-specialist. Man,
Phil, it's always been great. I do miss Alexa a little bit. At least I like to give her shit for her.
She was on the Thursday podcast.
Her big microphone.
She was on the Thursday podcast. You have to. She cut her toe and had to get massive surgery. So she's.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I know. I saw that she got married and all the whole thing. I'm like, where Alexa's? He gone? Like, you know, I was like,
I know. Oh. She went and lived her life, Troyzan. I'm still here in front of my computer pretending.
Yeah, the whole time I'm flirting with her, I'm like, oh God, it didn't even. Bat for the other team. I gave her some shit. I said, I didn't know you're batting for the other team. She goes, yeah. I was like, I feel like an idiot now. I usually, no big deal. She laughed. I thought it was funny.
Alexa's great. Alexa's doing well until she just cut her toe.
Oh,
if you listen to the whole podcast, or if you listen to the beginning of the last podcast, she dropped a knife on her toe and cut the tendon.
Oh,
now
geez,
it's like, 4 weeks.
Again, like I said, Phil, I love this Survivor specialist. I always have. I support you guys big time. I think you're the best. Hope you get a shit more load followers, and hopefully I'll be back one day. You know, after I played the old 0 vote finalists.
I'm just hoping for Fans Favorites 3, where you and me are on the same season.
Oh my God! Don't say that. Don't say it now. You have to be a hush hush. Philzan.
Philzan. I mean, that would work. That's got a hell of a flow.
That would work. You know, I mean, if Rizzo can say God, you could be Phil Zan.
I'm Phil God. And you have to call me Phil God or you're not in my alliance.
Phil Zan sounds just better. Phil God sounds like Plus, I'm a cooler guy than Rizzo. Come on, man.
I mean, come on. You're a cooler guy than everybody. What are we talking about here?
All right.
We're
Phil,
out. Thank you all so much for listening. We will see you on Wednesday night. Actually, Tag With is live tonight with Matt Chat, 10 p.m. Eastern time. So tune into that. Otherwise, I'll see you Wednesday night with the recap. Bye, everybody.
Okay.
Troyzan, thanks for coming.